Turn up the headphones a little bit. Hey, ISO, let's get it.
Whoa, clear out the room, I'm coming through. They wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill. I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it. I'm today's trending topic. I put commas over bullshit. Yeah, I put that on mamas. They tryna block all my blessings. They thought I lost for stepping. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm rapping. Put on for the whole city. Yeah, I got them rocking with me. I bet on me and my team. ISO is what I'm rapping.
Sending emojis. I'm blowing a pack of that OG.
Well, now, what do we got here? Oh, Black Betty. It did say Bella on the dash. I'm guessing the gal that this fella was dating wrote her name in the dust on the dash. So I'm kind of leaning to... I never named cars. I thought about naming this old girl Bella. And that's the only name that really sticks around. But welcome to the channel. Saw in the last video I picked this bad girl up for a parts car for my 70 Charger build. Got it from an impound yard. They did the lien sale on all of it. It had a little bit of a fender bender on the back half here. Apparently, she was in a police chase. Lost the police chase. Dodge. Couldn't outrun a cop. Don't cops drive Dodges now? But the thing was dented in the back. I'm guessing pit maneuver. I went ahead and did the fixing that I needed to back here, but I left a little beauty scar to remind it of its former life. Big dent right here. Suction cup fixed that. New bumper, new trunk lid. But before I did any of that stuff, I went to DMV and started the paperwork immediately because I wanted to know how much the back fees were going to be. Sat in an impound yard. Found the original sales receipt for this car in the glove box at $64,000. I paid a fraction of that. And granted, I still had to fix the car and all that. But they had not paid registration on this car for 3 years. There's 3 years of back reg on it. I had to pay that. And that was $1,800 with late fees. I could not believe it. I was like, man, whatever. Still got a good price on the car. But here's what really comes down to, once I got it all done, fixed up, roadworthy again, is I left you on a cliffhanger at the end of the video. What will the title status be on this car? Will it be clean? If it's clean, then man, the value on this car is so much better off if I wanted to resell it. If it's salvaged, then that's granted, whatever, you know, I'm going to keep the car anyway. Rebuilt, obviously I'm not going to file it rebuilt, but you could take your car, you could wad it up on a tree and take it straight home and start fixing on it. And if you never report it through your insurance company, it's still going to remain the same clean title. Granted, it might be a little shady, but this car, it had a slight fender bender on the back. It needed a plastic bumper and a couple other things. But if your insurance company values your car for less than it takes to fix it, they'll just go ahead and just total the car. If you can buy it back, then they'll put a salvage title on it and just no go. So today's video, we're going to take care of everything I need to as far as DMV paperwork goes. We're going to go through and find out together if this thing's got a clean title, because I don't know. I just bought it. Don't know. But I'm hoping so. Get it small, get it inspected, and take care of a bunch of recalls on this old girl and go driving. Well, this is the final leg of making this car officially done. A whole stack of DMV paperwork, and DMV would not put the car in my name without obviously a smog, and it needed, what do you call it? Oh, it had some recalls on it. So I call the dealer, and they say it's already got all the recalls taken care of on it. But I had to go get a piece of paper. Where's it at? That's the old Glock holder. Oh no, there goes the Glock. Close. You're stupid. Got my piece of paper saying the recalls are done. I don't have to go do them, and this car can be taken care of. Let's get a cold start for this thing. I haven't fired it up in a couple weeks. The old heated seats. All right, I need to get my wallet, and we're good. Well, first trip to town in this old girl. I'm gonna stuck down at Grandma. She is currently doing, well, she's max effort so far, 24 uphill. She must take that sign right there pretty serious. I'm gonna check that oil pressure. Oh man, big old pain in the butt. But whatever, we'll get her taken care of. more than likely will be that car's last smog if it stays in my name. Meanwhile, you can get these things for $3 with my code at Napa. Yeah. Well, typical. I forgot I unplugged the battery when I was working on the car, so it lost its memory of drive pattern BS stuff, so they failed the first smog test. Kind of figured that was going to go on, but the guy was kind of a punk that was working there, so I'm more displeased with the guy's attitude than I am that it passed, or didn't pass. So anyway, I got to drive it for 5 minutes at 50, 60 mile an hour. And then, oh, by the way, this thing does not take off in second gear. I killed it because I think it's a diesel. And then I got to idle it for 3 minutes and then do 20 mile an hour bull crap or something. I don't know. It doesn't even really make any sense. This is straight up crap. It's just embarrassing. At 20 mile an hour, I had to do 60 mile an hour, then park it for 3 minutes, let it idle, and then drive it, I don't remember, 2 or 3 minutes at 20 mile an hour, something like that. This car doesn't like doing 20 mile an hour. That oil pressure's still good though. Well, we're going for round 2. Again, this car doesn't have any license plates or nothing on it. And, I mean, I got a day pass and stuff to drive it around, but I just had CHP and Highway Patrol, or wait, CHP and a sheriff following me. And they didn't stop me. And this thing's got some big old window tint and everything, but hoping she passes this time. I've driven it over a quarter tank, did all the BS stuff. I was talking to my cousin about this place I'm going to that's doing the smog check, because they're not by appointment, they'll allow drop-ins. That's why I ended up going to them. And yeah, he's not very thrilled I went here. Apparently these guys are really shady, and I've been kind of avoiding them for the last couple of years because I didn't really like them. And today is one of those times where I go, makes sense why I've been avoiding this establishment. So fingers crossed that they let her through. If not, we're going to a different place that we know somebody, one of my buddy's friends that works at. Get her done. Well, yippee. Fast. Oh my. Check her out. There's like no cars in the parking lot. We might have a chance of not having a bad trip, maybe. And this thing can go like 35 in first damn gear. It's pretty nice. We'll pretend we're a Jeep parked next to this guy. Boost. Well, we did it, guys. Make sure no cars are coming. That was one of the most time-consuming efforts I put into getting a car into my name, but I'll tell you guys more about it. But it was a lien sale car. The car is finally in my damn name, and I got the plates and everything. Still maintained a clean title through all that, which is awesome. So if you get a car in an accident and it's not filed with the insurance company that it was totaled, then it would be fixed, then it would maintain a salvage title. This one didn't hit any frame damage or none of that when it was in the police chase, but she's officially in my name with a clean title. I fixed all the stuff on the back. Like I said, no frame damage, so we're all good there. Oh, so excited. I'm going in a week to get new keys made, so I'll have spares. It's just a fob thing you leave in your pocket, but I am so excited, guys. That was some hoops to jump through right there, but we got it. Oh man. Yeah, boy. Half tempted to do like a celebratory burnout before I leave this establishment, but let's get off with good terms today. So if you saw the last video of this car, it's a limited production car. It's super awesome at that. I think that makes it just cool on its own. But to be able to have one of these for the price I paid for it with a minimal-ish work that was needed to, I just could not be happier. I love driving this car. I drive it pretty much like, you know, decent powered go-kart. And well, she She still gets 18 miles to the gallon. Could not believe it. Freaking awesome little go-getter car. So let's go ahead and break it down. Had a little bit of issues getting the smog done. Got the recalls done that were already done. Then I ended up finding the recall paperwork in the glove box anyway. Waited my 2 weeks because they couldn't give me a definitive answer at DMV if the thing for sure still had a clean title. I am the second owner of this car. 56,000 original miles on this old girl. How is the status of that title? 2 weeks went by. I got the title in the mail. And I am very happy to report, most of you would have guessed it, since it didn't go through any insurance or any of that stuff, it still has a clean title. That takes, just on a resale standpoint, possibly a trade-in if I ever wanted to do that, which I don't. I want to keep this car because I have too much fun driving this thing. It does wonders for the resale value of this thing, and I am just stoked on it. Plus, I like having a whole fleet of clean title stuff. You know, it puts icing on the top of the cake. So, I will admit, this guy, Bella, maybe we'll call her Bella. I will admit this gal, Bella, maybe we'll call her Bella. She does pretty good. 2,000 RPM, I hardly ever use high gear, but it does 90 at 2 grand. I thought, wow, that's a lot better than all those Cummins trucks I used to drive, or the 3-speed 727 that those things used to rock. You could do 90 at 9 grand RPM. I don't know what it is, to be honest with you. I don't know how high the RPMs turn on those older cars. But just take a look at this old girl. I am completely thrilled on how this whole thing turned out. There was a point in time that I had a 4-door Jeep, and I was going to trade it for a 2015 exact car, pretty much. 6-speed manual, 5.7 Hemi. But it was not the shaker. It was just an RT, and it had a salvage title. Now, my Wrangler had quite a few more miles on it, but it had a clean title. So that's where the value made up on the Jeep, because it had clean title. It was able to bridge the gap, or it was able to bring the Challenger down, because the Challenger was definitely a lot more valuable than that Wrangler was. But, you know, they didn't want to trade. The gal's dad just said, no, you keep the car. And I said, dang it. But then again, dodged a bullet, because salvage title cars are very difficult to sell at a good price. I've had that issue a couple of times, and unless I plan on keeping the rig, I'll just go ahead and never buy salvage titles again. So thank you guys so much for watching. We are closing in on 10,000 subscribers already, so thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. Just kidding, we're not that close. We got like 3,500 to go. We're at 6,000 something, which is awesome for starting up a second channel. I was really worried about the second channel. Went out on a limb here, but I'm feeling good about it. Thank you guys so much. Hit them buttons. I'd appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Hit them buttons. It does wonders for the channel, and I really appreciate it, because it makes doing things like this truly awesome. And I will tell you what, I bought another one of those. I keep hinting at it, but this weekend I'm going to roll it out and film a video on that thing to wrap up the conclusion of it. And just say, well, you think RT Challengers now are kind of cool? Well, RT Chargers of the 69 era, sitting really tall, are really awesome, especially if they got an 01 on the door. We'll see you guys on the next one with a Cummins and a Charger.